Okay guys, welcome back. So following on from the driver test,
yes,
we're looking into the 0311 fairways.
Yep.
We've got the standard Gen 5, the XF Gen 5. Again, similar profiles to the previous. We've got the forgiven model, we've got the low spin speed model in the Gen 5.
Yep.
Thoughts, appearance?
I mean, a lot like a miniature version of the driver. I think they still look quite good.
Yep.
A little upright looking was my one comment when we were just kind of...
It was just the visual that it looked a little up.
Just a little. And maybe that's just the way, I don't know, the shape of the head is, or the hosel connection.
Sure.
But something to look for in the numbers.
A bit boxy, the toe looks a bit more...
It is a bit
squared
boxy.
off.
Yeah, I think that's part of the design. They have went for a squared, certainly more of a squared kind of shape in there.
Yeah.
Yep, flattened out the kind of sole a little bit, which we've seen companies do in the past.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so again, guys, adjustability through the hosel, through the 3 weight ports, adjustments being higher launch, lower spin, more speed, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's moving in that direction. No one's want to really lose any of those attributes.
No.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. The driver we felt was good once fitted.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how close this is out the box.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And we've got 2 models. Obviously, the XF will be a little higher spinning model.
Yeah, a little higher spin, CG further back, 1 degree extra loft.
Yeah. Oh, it has extra
comes in a
loft.
16.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe that's more your kind of draw buys probably as well. A little bit easier to turn.
Gotcha.
But let's start out with that.
Okay. Start out with the 0311.
Okay. That was nice, Matty.
Be good.
Quite high.
Quite high, yeah. A little open with the face, but it's a nice flight. Like you'd kind of fade one into a green with that.
Yeah.
It's hit well.
Yeah.
Turned over, it's a hotter one.
Totally different spin.
More of a T-ball, I guess. Yeah, you can get that one out there.
Out of the woods we've tested, I mean, it sounds good.
Sounds
It
really
does
good.
sound
Yeah, I
really
like
good.
it. A little more pitch to it, right out the middle.
It's hit well.
It's certainly got enough on it when you turn it over.
Definitely.
Just not sure we want to have that flight on your fairway wood off the ground, you know?
Not so much. I want to see if I can get one a little straighter and see what the spin does.
Turn it over, it just comes out too flat.
Yeah.
A little fade. It's a little in the heel. That would be a good flight, though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that one. That's hit well.
That's really
That's
nice.
a good strike.
So that's like the straight, I guess this is what the straight flight would do. Not as hot as the turned over one. A little more balanced.
Kind of behaves, it behaves like a 3 wood.
I'd be happy with the numbers, just I would personally hope for more ball speed, that's all.
Yeah, go to your club data. So 143.
That's not, I mean, it's not bad efficiency.
Not bad.
Maybe I just need to, I'm expecting to swing it a bit quicker maybe.
But I think it's, certainly sounds and looks pretty good in flight. That last was, that was the
That was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the last
that
one
last
was
one was great.
That was
Textbook.
ideal.
Yeah, the feel of it is nice. It has a pretty kind of, I think a little bit deeper sound than the driver did.
Yeah.
And a little bit more spring to the face. It doesn't feel quite as firm.
Yeah, doesn't sound as firm.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we pop in the XF?
It was a good strike, but the face is a hair open. It
Yep.
drew back.
Fraction opening that 1 degree, you can see the difference right away in height on it.
That's a good, it's a good
That
strike.
spins up too.
Spins up. It wasn't the fastest swing.
No.
So I think we're looking at 2 things with this guy. We're looking at the centre of gravity being further back and the 1 degree loft is combining to make quite a big contribution to the dynamic loft. 22 on a draw is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's hit really well.
That's a good
Really?
swing. Hey, this XF sounds better than the
Does sound better.
standard one.
I agree. Feels better.
Just get when I think when you get that little higher pitch,
Yeah.
you feel that you're getting a bit more contribution from the
Totally.
club.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it spins a lot more.
So try and dial a couple back for me, right? So swing a couple for me around like 100.
Okay.
ish. Just want to see where that height comes to. If it comes down to like 105.
Right, gotcha.
Something in around there.
About 100 there.
Okay, close. Yeah, 103.
It's about 102, just under.
But it does, I mean, so even when we dial it back and we get it closer to that 100 feet peak, which is about what we would expect at that speed, we still carry the spin with this one.
Yeah.
It's a spinny model.
The send angle's high enough where with that spin, I mean, for someone that needs to, point and shoot, someone that's not as quick and needs to get it onto a green and stop it, it's going to do it.
Maybe more of an into the green club than the other one is.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a great option off the tee, would it?
No.
Yeah. No, this is for somebody who's a pretty good driver of the golf ball, but just needs a little bit of a softer flying,
like
maybe
green landing shot.
Yeah, that type of thing. Okay, give me one more at that speed. I think
sure.
A marginally higher strike will spin more like 35, I think. Nice, my boy.
Should be
it's a good
pretty,
swing.
like a better strike on that.
Yeah, 98 miles an hour, so right in your kind of, very achievable for a low handicap golfer, so, but still spinning.
Yeah, so it's definitely designed to get the ball in the air with spin.
Yep.
Launch angles haven't been all that high.
Totally. It's not like you're striking way down on it, you're nicely
Pretty
kind
level.
of hitting at the bottom of your arc, so so this one spins a little bit more. That definitely the lower spin model.
Yep.
This one does look like it's quite easy to turn over. Nice.
Yeah, great swing.
Yeah, a little bit easier to hit the high draw with. Get a few more yards too.
Right.
Acoustically, this one is...
It is good.
The better one for sure.
That spin probably came... Yeah, spin came a little more down.
Okay. Yeah, so without a draw model in the range, this would fill that space for me.
And especially considering you could
weight that up.
You could weight the heel.
Totally.
Yeah. So it looks like the lower spin model, not surprisingly, is a little quicker.
Yep.
It's lower spin, it's lower launch. They do what they're designed to do.
Totally.
The only thing I would say is I would just have it. It would be nice to see them a little quicker in ball speed, but that's about it.
You wouldn't imagine a titanium model's too far away from the future. Maybe just to speed up some of those ball speeds a little bit.
Yep.
They are still using some kind of high strength steel on their heads. So maybe going to something that's going to allow them a little bit more speed off the face.
Because TaylorMade with the Stealth uses titanium.
Yep.
And that we saw a few off camera more like 161, 162.
Exactly. Yeah. And we've seen that from you in the past. I mean, you have no problem getting that fairway up into the mid 160s ball speed. So yeah, a little bit down on what we've seen. Club data again for me, Mikey. Good strikes, right? That's the one thing I want to emphasize. Like you're hitting them well. It might not be as fast as we've seen you swing in the past, but you are striking them really, really well.
Yeah. A little more upright in the XF one. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's why to me just a little bit more of that draw bias.
That dynamic loft difference too is. I mean, it's almost 3-wood, 5-wood in a way. That XF.
Totally.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost like a full club gap in the bag.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I would say a little bit more impressed with the fairways and the drivers. Is that fair to say? I would be more likely to put one of the fairways in the bag than the driver. That's just my feeling. I felt like they were a little bit more plug and play. Let's get a 15-degree model.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
You could buy that online and not have an issue.
We didn't have to go crazy with it. You didn't have to give me a 13-degree 3-wood.
No.
We got some good numbers.
No, for sure.
And I think they sound and feel pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I like that. I like the sound of the XF.
Yeah, definitely. And we never get into too much of the tinkering of the weights and all that sort of stuff. So
you could do.
You could get into that from a fitting perspective. But yeah, you're right. I think this one out the box would be a little bit more of a standard
no-brainer
fit from what we'd expect.
Agreed. Yeah. Yep.
Good.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Okay, guys. Really the only one we haven't now tested is the hybrid. I'm sure we'll get to that one point. It was always a favourite. We always thought of the PXG line, the hybrids were always the standout product.
Yeah? Okay.
The irons were always really good, but the hybrids were fantastic.
Hybrids are good.
Yeah, so
I've never hit one.
Keen to try those for sure. But certainly these these are pretty good, pretty
Yeah.
competitive.
I think I can see a lot of people looking at this 16 degree have trouble hitting 3-wood off the deck.
Definitely.
This would be one to give a shot.
100%.
Price point?
$390 per fairway wood.
Canadian?
Canadian. Pretty
Is that
good.
okay compared to other places?
Cheaper
Are there-
than some of the other stuff in the market.
Okay.
I mean, a Stealth is what we were saying earlier, $549.
Yep.
So
it's a reasonably priced thing.
Reasonably priced.
It's kind of, and I'd call it probably in amongst the average, isn't it?
Yeah.
An average price fairwood. So pretty good value, guys. Certainly worth a try.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely worth a shot.
Good stuff. Okay, more testing to come. We'll see you again soon.